Hello, crafting Mantis here, and welcome back to another episode on the Diamond Society server. So today I have plans for a relatively big build. Definitely not that big, but relatively big. But I wanted to show you guys before we got started. I have started to add in the forest areas. So that is just some of the trees because I went through and just kind of randomly placed some acacia trees in this area. And what I want to do is I want to add some more of these trees here into the mix as well. And then I'm going to do a little bit more research, see if I can't find a third tree that was predominant in ancient Greece, so that, or even really ancient Rome, because I've been doing a lot of the research and stuff on ancient Greece, because like most of this farmland is ancient Greece. But I might check, see if I can come up with any of the trees that were predominant within ancient Rome as well, and kind of add those in. And just to kind of make this truly a Greco-Roman area, or area. As like I said, we've been predominantly working on Greek type builds. So that's kind of like my off-camera work, filling stuff in, because I've got this area here that I want to do forest, and then that one over there as well. So that is what, is kind of going to be my off-camera stuff. So what we are going to be working on today is actually over here. I finally designed a building that is going to come up and over here. And this is actually going to be in the style of a Roman villa. Yes, villa. Apparently I'm not so good with pronunciation today. But this was a little bit higher. It had actually, the hill had come up maybe 4 or 5 layers. And so the bridge just stopped right inside of, into a hill. And so I went ahead and flattened it and took the measurements of this area, and I came up with a design for the Roman villa. Now, I had a really hard time because we have, this cobblestone and stone type build. And then over here in the city, I want to use more of the quartz type builds. So over here it's going to be, quartz, and, all the basically the fancy city buildings are going to be in this area. And it took me quite some time to try to figure out, it's like, all right, what kind of style do we want to build this in? And I ultimately decided to go ahead and build it in this style, as this is, mostly over in the farming area. So this, this might have been one of the, Roman families who were actually in charge of some of these farms. And this is, this is where they lived. So I am going to get to work on building some of this, and then I will bring you guys back once I get some progress done. All right, I have made some progress, and I wanted to bring you guys in before I got a little bit too crazy with the building. This right here, this is the front. And one of the differences between the Roman villas and the Greek houses is that with the Roman villas, everything was pretty much put in within the walls of the villa. And it's really hard because the outside of these buildings a lot of times were really boring. Lots of flat walls. Most of the detail was done on the inside of the buildings, and even then, a lot of it was utilitarian. It wasn't necessarily something that, was made to look really, really pretty. I mean, great, they did have pretty stuff, but in terms of their buildings and stuff, a lot of it was, you build what you need. It wasn't necessarily about, luxury and stuff like that. And you build as big as you need it, and that's how you have it. So we've got 2 buildings in progress here. So these are going to be the main living areas. This is the main courtyard, which is going to house the fountain and the temple, and then, a walkway and stuff like that. And then over here, this is where the gardens are going to go. And it is getting really, really dark, and yeah, I'm the only one on, so I'm going to need to sleep. All right, so let's go ahead and sleep. So the next step is going to be to get the roofs on, and then the back wall and the other details and stuff within the build. I really liked this because most of the pictures I looked at of recreations of the Roman villas, especially the ones that weren't, like the city, city type builds, so more um like something that, just somebody regular might end up having, like out in the countryside and stuff. A lot of them, it was very, very flat walls. And so I wanted to add something a little bit different. And so I came up with this here. It keeps the integrity of the flat wall, but adds a little bit more detail. Same way with this here. So you have the cobblestone, which takes up the primary, but the stone brick kind of just frames it in to add just a little bit more detail into the actual build. It works the same way with this entrance here. I'm going to add some banners to add a little bit more color. So there's going to be a banner here and a banner here. So add just a little bit more color to separate basically these from the back wall. So make it a little bit easier for the eyes to differentiate, because as you're looking at it like right now, it's kind of hard to see the difference between the cobblestone walls and the actual cobblestone that's behind it. And so the trick would be to add something in the back here to help create, more of that depth so it doesn't all blend together. That's one of the great things about the acacia, is that it allows certain areas to just kind of pop. And then we still need to add glass and all of that wonderful stuff. So I just wanted to bring you guys in to kind of give you guys a building update as as I work through here, because a lot of times I'll just start getting super into the whole building thing, and then it's like, oh hey, I'm going to start building something. Oh hey, I've built it. So I hope you guys like these progress updates, and then once I get some more done, I will be right back with you guys. For the most part, I have finished. So I've got the roof on. Normally it would end up being like a 2-story on these. So kind of falling. So kind of like those down there. But I just felt like that would be a little bit too overwhelming up here on the hilltop. So I just did a single story on these. And then in here I added a little bit of greenery, and then I added these here. These are kind of place markers. I'm not going to use just plain old banners up there, but I do want to use one that is based on the light blue wool. So kind of get one, design a banner to represent the area here. So we come in here, we've got the altar here, and then again the a banner to kind of represent what's going to be here. And then we've got water, because in a lot of the Greek and Roman buildings, they would actually have like a pond, or I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it would collect rainwater. And that way they would they could end up collecting water and for future use. Now on the walls they would end up having murals, and the only thing we have is paintings. So that is what I did. I was really glad I got one of the big ones to work, and it was the fire skull, and I kind of like this one. And then I just ended up evenly spacing paintings all the way down to kind of represent the murals that they would normally have on on the walls. Now on the insides here, it's the normal quartz blocks, just like I've used in each one of the other buildings out there. Oh, and then the other thing is that a lot of times they would actually have these outdoor walkways, because they would spend time outside, preparing food and talking and or philosophizing. I don't know if that's actually a word or not, but it is now philosophizing. But yeah, so outdoor spaces were definitely something that that was definitely very popular back then. And then in here, I do have the garden planted. I ran out of beetroot seeds, so I'll need to wait for these to grow. I'm a little short on bones right now. I've been very negligent in keeping the bone shop stocked. So I'm out of bones. The shop's out of bones. Everybody's out of bones. So yeah. And then the other thing I added is just this little outdoor cooking pit. I might add a little bit more stuff to the outside here. Maybe some baskets of food or something along that line to kind of make this more of a full outdoor cooking area. And we have growth. There's things growing. But yeah, so that is pretty much the Roman villa complete. Definitely, again, like all the other buildings, I am extremely horrible at doing the interiors of these, but at some point I will come back and do all of the interiors for each one of the farmhouses and then this up here. I don't think I have any other ones that are empty. Maybe the groundskeeper one up there might still, I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, I am definitely very bad at doing interiors, or at least, sitting down and actually doing them. I'll design the outside and stuff like that, and then I completely forget that I've got to fill this space here. But that is alright. So, now, what I need from you guys is, I need your guys' opinion as to where we should go next. Because I have a couple more projects over here. There is a little fishing shack type thing that I want to build over closer to the swamp over there, as well as a temple here. There's also the farmland and stuff that still needs to be put in, as well as breeding up some more sheep and bringing them over. So we still have some little projects and stuff to do over here in the farmland. And then we have the acropolis, which needs to be filled out as well. And then we need to start the city. So the biggest thing there will be getting the agora set up so that we can then start branching off the roads and whatnot in order to get the city to be filled in. So I want your guys' opinion as to what projects we should be taking on. Should we go ahead and start work, well, not really start work, continue working here over in the farming area? So add in all the details and stuff like that as, the things that I work on camera for. Do you guys prefer the acropolis, or would you want to start on the actual city? So let me know down in the comment section as to what you guys kind of want to see. And then that way I can kind of start planning out the next project. I have been doing a lot of admin stuff, updating things on the server. And then I've got some secret projects that are going on behind the scenes as well, which I hope will help to kind of improve some of the stuff going on the server. So fingers crossed. And that also gives you guys kind of a heads up if things are a little sketchy as to my my video schedule. I'm trying to learn some things, and apparently I have a very thick head and things are not going in right now. But that's all right. So definitely let me know down in the comment section what you guys want to see next, and then I'll start plans as to what is going on, because we have so much stuff that we need to get done in this area, and then I still want to be able to contribute to some of the other areas as well. But yeah, I don't know, there's just so much stuff. But I definitely hope that you guys liked the build today. And then if you did, definitely hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please do so. It definitely is greatly appreciated. I always enjoy it when new people come and join me in my little corner of YouTube. And then if you want to be notified as to when I put out additional content, then definitely hit that notification bell. But for now, I'm going to call it, and I will see you guys in the next episode.